Hi everybody, good morning and welcome to the 6-6 Gateway. Very exciting today, the card that came up. So I'm going to share with you my process and what's come up today. Yes, yesterday was an amazing reading anyway, but today is even more amazing. What I have been doing is I've bought these roses, as I say, and I have also taken the Whispers of Love card out, the I Love You card. So I focus on that, but as before, previously, in my previous videos, I've been developing affirmations. I have about 50 of them now, and I'm using them as a focus for the reading for each day. So today's card came up. The affirmation was my ability to say yes to my divine twin flame union now. So here I have different things. The cards that came up with it was yoga, twin flame, and yes. That's when I first drew the cards to get this affirmation. But I also have the spirit grid, which is it has three words drawn from it, and that is on this particular one we've got focus, time, space, and now. On the back, then I channel a message. So the message on the back is yoga is union. Remember, this is how it came about. This affirmation is I drew the Ascended Masters yoga card, I drew the twin flame card, and the yes card. So the channeled message is yoga is union. Your time to manifest union is now upon us. So your twin flame is reviewing energies that allow him to make decisions fast. He will be wanting to contact you and let you know that how he feels. He will want you to understand his point of view, but that will not stop him from asking you to come with him into union. He wants to say yes to your every whim. He wants you to say yes to his asking for your hand in marriage. Can you handle it? Yes. So yes, we can handle it, Divine Feminine. So what I'm going to do now is generally my process I do most days, which is to use my specific decks for this exercise and recite the affirmation as I do the shuffling. So, and then once I've done the shuffling, I then draw the cards in the positions of the spirit grid words. So it's pretty complex, but you know, I'm pretty complex in terms of I like to do a mix of different things. So the affirmation is, and I'm focusing on I love you, which is I love me. My ability to say yes to my divine twin flame union now. My ability to say yes to my divine twin flame union now. My ability to say yes to my divine twin flame union now. My ability to say yes to my divine twin flame union now. So, okay, the first card we have is regret, which is the Five of Cups. We have the Four of Swords. And we have sacrifice, which is the Hanged Man. Then we have dedication, which is the Three of Discs. Now I use a traditional tarot for the next set. My ability to say yes to my divine twin flame union now. My ability to say yes to my divine twin flame union now. My ability to say yes to my divine twin flame union now. My ability to say yes to my divine twin flame union now. So these two cards just popped out. They came out yesterday, the same two cards, but in a different position. And obviously it was a different affirmation. And we've got the Ten of Swords and the Six of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Now I use the Osho Zen for the next set. My ability to say yes to my twin flame, my divine twin flame union now. My ability to say yes to my divine twin flame union now. My ability to say yes to my divine twin flame union now. My ability to say yes to my divine twin flame union now. Okay, so then shuffle. So we have We Are the World, which is number 10. Completion, new beginnings. And we have Aloneness, which is 9. And then we have the Rebel, which is a 4. And on the bottom of the deck we have the number 9, the Sorrow card. Under that we have Consciousness and Guilt, so participation and the source, possibilities. Okay, so there's a little story going on there. Right, so in these positions we have focus, time, space, and now. These are drawn from my spirit grid. So again, the channeled message is the time to manifest your union is upon us now. So what are these cards saying about that then? So I spread them out because usually I do a Romance Angels. So we have the Regret card here in the position of focus. And then we have the Sun, and then we have the We Are the World. We have in the position of time, space, which is the physical. We have the Swords, the Four of Swords, which is rest. The Six of Wands, which is success. And Aloneness, which is, all oneness. Seeing it as a positive. I had an amazing dream, woke up this morning, which I'll tell you about. Which I feel the Divine Masculine is coming out of this cave, this thing. But it was a weird dream, but it was nice. And then in the position of the now, we have the Sacrifice, which is a corn dolly upside down, and it's a 12. There's poppies, and this is the Celtic Sacred Circle Tarot. And this is Sacrifice. This is a change of perception. It's like the Hanged Man. And then you've got Ten of Swords, which is an end of cycle of feeling, you know, like you're the sacrificial lamb, and then you've got this rebel, so rising up and becoming the rebel in the position of now. So the sun here with the world on the position of focus is changing your focus from the Five of Cups energy to the positive, and that's when you gain the world. That's when you become in union with yourself. So yesterday my reading was about dealing with thoughts of abandonment. It's like, well, I'm the one I've been abandoning by thinking all these negative thoughts. So it's very funny because since I bought these roses, I got a message from a guy on Facebook who, when I first ever saw his face, I think it was 2013, and I saw his face, and it brought up quite an emotional response in me. I was like, oh my God, he's really beautiful, and you know. And then we were doing this seminar, or we were attending this seminar, and he was going to be there, and I just went to pieces. I just went like a 17-year-old, you know. Anyway, he sent me messages out of the blue yesterday, the day before, and it was a video about saying, this young guy was saying, you are the one you have been waiting for. You are the one, you know, that you've been looking for, sort of thing. It was a really beautiful thing. And then he sent an emoji of a love heart, a namaste, prayer hands, and a sunflower. And I didn't quite clock the heart emoji. But anyway, I responded and said, oh, I love this video, thank you for sending it. And then he sent more, even more love emojis and stuff like that. And there's a way of checking on Facebook who's been looking at your profile. If you go on YouTube, you'll see there's guys that show you how to find the code to see who's been looking at your profile. And he's been looking at my profile. So anyway, as Shaboy DeBoom would say, anyway, so I don't know what it all means, but basically the dream I had last night was about I dreamt very strongly of my twin, and it was kind of weird because I was in this house, and this crystal represents a time when I was leaving my ex in 2012, and I'd exchanged contracts, and this was on the key ring, this sort of blue crystal, and I dreamt that it had fallen off and I'd lost it, and I did lose it, and then I found it again, which meant, you know, this was the new beginning. So the dream I had last night was about being in a house, and at the door there was, it was a bit gruesome, but there were two sort of dead children in a boat at the door, like inside the house. And I couldn't get out the house. And so this represents, you know, the idea that these were the blocks, something to do with children or things that have died in us. I'm not sure. But anyway, they were blocking the doorway, so I couldn't get out. But then something happened where I think I called for help, or the neighbours or something. They were asking me, was you making all that noise last night? Anyway, I was being accused of something, and I was like, no, it's not me. So anyway, they came into the house, and they opened the door, and they didn't find the two, you know, dead children blocking the doorway a problem. So they walked past it, and as they did that, one of the children came back alive again. And so we managed to get out of the house and go and find the perpetrator of whoever was doing this to the children. And the child that came alive was the one that led us to the perpetrator, or to the person we thought was the perpetrator, the one we were projecting the blame on, let's say. And I said goodbye to one person or soulmate. So, but the perpetrator, who wasn't really the perpetrator, but it was my twin coming out of the cave, this tunnel under the ground. And so that's why I feel this is symbolic. So he came out and he was innocent, he was innocent, and he was as kind and as lovely as I knew him. And basically, I swapped from one sort of soulmate, whoever that was, to my twin. But I kissed the soulmate goodbye whilst I was in the arms of my twin, which he was fine with. And then I turned to my twin and I was like, you're the one, sort of thing. So that's what I mean. It's a pretty weird dream. But we ended up, having a lovely passionate kiss. And, it's like the message was, I'm with you now. It's time for us to, he's like, I'm yours. So that's why when this card came up today, I thought I'd share my reading with you and see what comes out. So the thing is the regret card is the Five of Cups here. We've got then the Sun card and the World in the position of the focus. So the focus has been, we've been regretting it. And I've been, feeling a little bit forlorn and feeling like, it's nothing's going to happen. But changing my thoughts around to the positive Sun element, to come into this idea that, the world is, and this is a union card, okay, because everybody's in unity in the world. So this is bringing the world together with the light of love and leaving these low density energies behind. Here you've got the moon in the back there, which is, and these sort of hills, and this vine weed, this weed that's binding everything together. But there's three amazing cups here. So that's the Trinity, right? So the higher thinking, and the Trinity is the Sun, the most positive card, and the light of the world. So changing your focus, or changing my focus, to more positive, giving myself love, telling myself I love you, and loving me, because if you're not loving yourself, you're not loving your twin, are you? So then in the position of time space, we've got the Rest card, which is the Four of Swords. We've got the Six of Wands and the Alone card. So the resting phase, has been where we have been actually resting, taking time out alone, and it has been successful. It's always a success to be able to go in, rest, go inward, and connect with Source, and get your success strategies from there. What is my next step forward is the way, it's literally guidance. And we have guidance, we did, that was yesterday. But it's getting your guidance from being able to go within and rest and connect with your light, even though it feels like there's dark. Connecting to the light, again, to the Sun, in terms of the focus in the moment, that will help you to bring the, and this is for today, by the way. This is the portal today. And then we have the Sacrifice card, which is a change of perception in the now. So we've got time, space, so the physical application of resting, meditating in time space today, asking for help now. What do I need to sacrifice now? What do I need to let go of? And how can I rise up against all odds and defeat these negative energies that have been trying to keep a hold on? But they're not going to be able to keep a hold on because we have the Unity card. We have the strength of connection with our inner power, with our self-love, and therefore the dark cannot win. So these thoughts, sacrifice, let them go, and build ourselves up to be the rebel in love, the rebel of self-love. Okay, because what you've been told is you've not been worthy, and we're in the last phases of being codependent in terms of being in that victim mentality. And we're now learning to be self-loving with a great vengeance. So I'm going to do some romance angels, and I do four corners, quadrants, and use the affirmation, my ability to say yes to my divine twin flame union now. My ability to say yes to my divine twin flame union now. My ability to say yes to my divine twin flame union now. So then look up the top left hand corner, please, and see how it connects the four top cards. Getting to know each other. The top right hand quadrant, please. How does it connect? The top right hand cards. Unbelievable. Same cards in the same positions. And the bottom left, please. What is the card to clarify the bottom left, please? Forgiving and learning. Yes, forgiving yourself and learning to turn things around. So what is for the bottom right quadrant, please? What is for the bottom right quadrant, please? What is for the bottom right quadrant? True love and new love. So yesterday, and worth waiting for. So a confirmation that your waiting is not in vain. So the first card we have is getting to know each other. And that is holding together the Four of Swords, the Five of Cups, the Sun, and the Six of Wands, which is about getting to know each other through extending these transitions of negative into positive. This is how you're getting to know each other, because what he feels you feel, and what you feel he feels. So I've been feeling a lot of sadness the last couple of days, purging. And I know it wasn't mine, so I was picking it up, but I was breathing through it. All the different chakras. There was throat sadness, heart chakra sadness, solar plexus sadness. And so I was just transmuting all of that, and that's how I'm getting to know him, through his emotions. And then we've got forgiving and learning, which is the learning that's being gained through this willingness to see the positive, feel successful, connect with your inner self, and feel a sense of unity with the one, the oneness of being. And therefore you are forgiving everything in terms of allowing that energy to not have any charge with you. Even though you don't condone things and you're going to set your boundaries, forgiving things is about releasing that energy from the past. So forgiving and learning is where you no longer experience the energetic charge from thoughts. So the thoughts of regret, if they were making you feel bad, use it as a trigger to help you to reframe it and see it in a different way. And then you can, start to give yourself positive thoughts and success and build yourself up in the now by going in, meditating, connecting, and asking, what can I do to let this go? And use it as a trigger to change rather than something to dwell in and, feel bad about. And if you can do that on the behalf of your divine masculine and the feelings he's having at the minute, then that's all very well and good. So at the top here we have the Passion card, which was in the same position as yesterday's reading, and that is holding together the Four of Swords, the Sacrifice, the Ten of Swords, and the Six of Wands. So there's a passionate desire to change perceptions. Be passionate about your willingness to end any thoughts. And you've got the Ten of Swords here, which is an ending of darkness, an ending of feeling stabbed, an ending of feeling. And we've got the Six of Swords, which is about success, moving forward, and the resting and the changing in perception is going to bring you that passion, and that passion is going to drive you to keep doing it. And then holding the bottom right cards, these four at the bottom right, Six of Wands, the Ten of Swords, Aloneness, and the Rebel, is as a result of changing all that, new love and true love. These two came out together. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. This is the romance of a lifetime. So yesterday I also had keep an open mind, which was, I think Spirit likes to keep us guessing, because if we think we know it, then our mind shuts down and then we stop the best stuff coming in. So I think it does it on purpose so that we don't assume that we know it all. And it's about keeping your heart open, keeping those gates open for the possibilities to come in. Oh no, it's going to be this person or that person, then you close your mind to other possibilities, which is not good. And there's no expansion. So, but new love and true love, who doesn't want that? And no matter what package it comes in, it's you love. You're the one that is feeling this new love towards yourself, and you are your true love. You are the one you have been waiting for. So I think that was very profound, that message that this guy sent me yesterday. And there's also worth waiting for. So under here we have the retreat as well. So time to disconnect from the world. Again, that ties in with the going inward and being alone. And then you've got heart-to-heart conversation, again, with yourself. Do you really love me? You know, say that to yourself. Do I really love me? How can I demonstrate my self-love? That is your union today, your focus in this physical world, in every moment. How do I love me? Let me count the ways. Okay, so disconnect from the world today, perhaps, and go and enjoy the weather and do stuff for yourself today, because you are worth waiting for. If your divine masculine is waiting for you, you are worth waiting for. He's worth waiting for, but most importantly, you are worth waiting for. So that's the message I'm going to take with me today, because this is about the divine feminine doing the work herself and not waiting or expecting the divine masculine to come and sweep her away. Sweep yourself away. Love yourself. You are worth waiting for. Go and do a lovely disconnect from the world today. Go and do something wonderful. And really ask yourself some honest questions. How do I love me? Love me. Let me count the ways. Okay, so perhaps think about the ways in which you can find and do things to love yourself. And then you'll be giving yourself what you've perhaps been lacking. This is on the bottom of the tarot deck. And giving that part of you that's been lacking the riches of your love and your abundance. So that's all I'm going to say today. And that's basically what I do on my daily routine. Gets me set up for the day and keeps me focused. So I've developed a whole system. If you would like your own system of, using these affirmation cards, so I draw one of those first, then I use 3 specific decks for the first 3, which is my Celtic deck, the Psychic Tarot and the Osho Zen. And then depending on what comes out, I will draw 4 connecting cards that give a deeper message. So I do hope this has been helpful. Stay focused on love, self, and ask yourself, how can I love myself anew, knowing that you are your true love? So blessings and peace. Namaste. Have a beautiful day.